Perspective Z, your favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And I feel bad that I haven't named my fish.
You still haven't?
I still haven't named the fish.
Oh, wow.
The joke is its name is just gonna be fish, and, I feel bad. Because the poor fish should have a name, but
yeah,
it's just the fish. But, he's happy, swimming in his tank. He's got clean water, food. Well, he just ate, so there's not, presently just food sitting
yeah.
He's finally stopped being stupid. For a while, he just wouldn't acknowledge that there was food in the tank.
Oh.
He's finally learned that when I turn his tank light on, that means there will be food at the top. Or at least I think he's learned it, because once I turn it on, he swims to the top now.
That's good.
But, I don't think you can train a fish.
Yeah.
Maybe you can.
I don't know. When I was little, I got a fish training kit, and you were supposed to be able to train your fish to play sports or something.
Oh, you totally can. The easiest fish breeds to train include Oscars, goldfish, and betas.
So you can.
Male beta fish are usually kept alone in a bowl, making them the most focused and easy to train. I mean, he's not in a bowl. He's in a, properly sized tank, but how long does it... It should take fewer than 2 weeks of 15-minute daily training sessions to reach your fish performance goal. I'm not gonna train my fish. My fish doesn't even have a name. But
it's cool that you can, though.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know. How have you been this week?
I've been okay. Stressed trying to get everything done as usual, but that's pretty normal right now, so.
I mean, I have my certification exam on Tuesday, and I haven't studied at all.
Rachel.
Katrina.
You need to study. We're learning about this in psychology.
I need to do a lot of things that I'm not doing.
We're learning about this in psychology, and it's really funny because I know that every single person in the class is like, oh, haha. But we're learning about psychology and how the brain processes information and, how you can study for tests, correctly and have the information stay in your brain. And he'll just,
It's in 3 days. It's literally impossible for me to get long-term memory right now.
Yeah. It's just so funny because one of our free response questions was this girl wants to study for the test. What should she do? And he's just trying to get us to, get good study methods, but everybody's too lazy to actually do it.
I don't study. I just don't. I never learned how, and See, here's the other problem is, I studied for my psychomotor a little bit. I started the week before instead of the day before, because there were specific things I had to study.
Yeah.
This is the entire semester worth, over 1,000 pages of textbook.
Oh.
Do we really think I'm going to study that? No, I'm not. I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna take a few practice tests like I have been doing, and then I'm gonna wing it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's not, I kind of studied for, my unit tests and my chapter tests, but this is literally the entire textbook, and it's not even a test given to me by my instructor. It's by the certification organization, the national EMT peeps. So,
Yeah. What's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing is... Oh, did you just hear my shoulder pop?
I think
because that was that popping.
That was.
Yeah, that was my, shoulder... Something interesting.
Oh.
I've done it before. I was going for my back, but I guess we could do some shoulder pops. My favorite thing this week is lesson plans, because, I don't know, it's just fun to plan what we're doing for the week. I get to plan all these different crafts that we own. I plan 5 crafts, and if it's a good week, we end up doing 3. If it's a bad week, we'll get 1 done and call it good, just depending on how the kids are acting.
Yeah.
This week was terrible because we had a blizzard Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday, towards the end of the day, they started getting weird. And then all day Thursday and all day Friday, It's like they wanted to make me cry.
That's not good. We didn't have a blizzard. We had, like, really, really high winds, and it was very loud, and that was what my...
Oh, no, we had a whole blizzard. Like, our weather channel was like, this blizzard, don't drive anywhere, don't do anything, and my work was like, so are you still coming in at 7 with no roads plowed? And I said, I guess, and I did. So, that's a fun part about being an essential worker. You're not just an essential worker during an incident, you're an essential worker during any other weather event either.
Oh, good.
The really frustrating thing, though, is, like, we have, like, a main center, and the rest of us are just branches.
Yeah.
Half the center's closed. And it's not the decision of my director, it's the decision of, like, my director's director, like, the main branch director. She only decided to close half of them.
Oh.
The rest of us had to work.
Oh.
We had 7 kids in my room. Our ratio's 6, so I had to stay all day. Until we lost 1 kid. That, you know, I just realized how depressing it sounds when we say we lose kids. Till a kid went home.
That's a better way of phrasing it.
Yeah, but when you're talking quickly, you can go home after you lose 2.
I get it.
But yeah, so yeah, I had to stay all day. I was not happy. 2 of the kids that showed up were mine. 2. The rest were the other teachers. Like, the other classrooms.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So we were all just in one classroom, because there's literally no point in opening a room for 2 kids when each room is designed to have 12 kids.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I'm currently looking for Valentine's Day activities and coloring pages, because we get to have a Valentine's Day party, which is fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, craft suggestions. See, I struggle with, like, Teachers Pay Teachers, which is a website people use to get lesson things.
Yeah.
Because you can search by grade level, but it only goes down to pre-K. They have early childhood and, like, toddler and infant resources, but you can't find them by just sorting by grade level. You have to sort by subject, then click specialties, and then under specialties there's childcare. But it's like, their definition of childcare is anything from infancy to 5 years old.
Oh.
Which means when they suggest having an activity that involves cutting out shapes and then gluing them a certain way, I laugh a lot, because that is not possible with 2-year-olds. They just don't have the development yet.
Yeah.
Like, no. We can't even use safety scissors.
We're not there yet.
To be fair, they are starting to get to the point where they can, but, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is Human Fall Flat, because honestly, I forgot that this game existed.
I hate that game!
My friends and I were looking through the Steam store. We're like, what are some games we could play? And I saw Human Fall Flat, and I was like, wow, I haven't thought about this game in so long. And so I downloaded it, and I forgot how funny it is. Like, with the how the character moves and everything. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my time has been, one of my friends usually just, like, screen shares whatever she's doing on her computer. And so she was playing Human Fall Flat, and it's funny, like, trying to attach her voice to the, like, little Pillsbury Doughboy character. And so I was just sitting there laughing so loud.
So there was a friend that I realized, looking back on it, was a terrible nickname for him in middle school, but we all called him Pillsbury Doughboy. And he was fine with it. He thought it was funny at the time, but, like, again, looking back, that is terrible of us to have called him, but it always got shortened to PBDB. For Pillsbury Doughboy, yeah. PBDB, but, like, PBDB. So yeah, I can't hear Pillsbury Doughboy without hearing PBDB.
Yeah, I feel that about, like, nicknames that you look back on, because there was a kid in, like, 3rd and 4th grade, I think it was just 3rd grade for me, but he was in 4th grade, but, everyone called him Fluffy, and he was, like, fine with it. And he was like, oh yes, this is my nickname now, but when you look back on it, you're like, that was not a good nickname. No.
Yeah, a lot of things I look back on in middle school, I'm like, in elementary school, I'm like, who let us get away with this?
Yeah, I mean, we were kids, but also, like...
We were kids,
so... I don't know.
My Pinterest is just all handprint and footprint crafts and, like, easy crafts, and it's definitely different from the food and sassy t-shirt Pinterest I used to have. Also, I still randomly get, like, raspberry lemonade slushy.
Yeah.
Recipes, but for the most part, it's, you make a handprint monkey and say, I heart hanging with you.
That happens to me sometimes. Like, I will just have, like, a lot of something, and then, like, a food recipe will come up, or, like, because there was a point in my life where I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and be, like, more wellness-focused and stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put some exercises on Pinterest that I could do. And I made a Pinterest board, and then sometimes I'll just get those pins on like, my Pinterest, and I'm like, haha, remember when I thought? Not anymore.
Also, like, there are a lot of STEM, like, salt and ice melt science experience where the teacher does it, but the kids just watch, and I don't even know if I'd be able to do those. Like, baking soda and vinegar, technically that's considered chemical, and we're not allowed to do that with the kids.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I did it and they just sat there and watched, what's the harm? And the harm is if there was a single bubble that burst up and touched the kids, then I would get in trouble. But it's like, this one is you freeze penguins in some water, and then you put salt on it and pour water on it, and then it melts. And, like, surely that would be fine. I don't know, there are so many hoops you have to jump through nowadays. When I was a kid, I jumped off the roof and was fine. But no. Anyway. Yeah, so that's my favorite thing this week. Your favorite thing this week. We got through those. What's next?
What's your favorite song this week, Rachel?
Down to One, which is a country song, Are We Shocked, by Luke Bryant. I don't know, it's just good. It's definitely pop country, or country pop, or whatever that everyone hates. But it's fine. You know what? We don't need to... It's fine. What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is When Love's Around by Zayn featuring Sid, because Zayn released his third album this week, so that's what I've been listening to a lot.
Is it bad that I always, until basically we started this podcast, thought it was Zayn?
Zayn?
Until we basically started recording, I was like, Zayn? That's how it's spelled!
Goodbye, that is so funny.
And I wasn't the only one that thought that. I had friends that thought that too.
Wow. That's really funny to me.
I'm sorry, can you look at it and at least understand where I'm coming from?
I can see where you're coming from, because it, like, cyan and Zion...
Yeah.
Except it's, like, flipped around, but, like, I can see
okay, but I've never paid that much attention to the name. I, like, skim it and I'm like, Zion.
I mean,
this
fair
one's
enough.
Cute. It's a cactus handprint, and it said, "I'm totally stuck on you."
Aww.
I'm looking at Valentine stuff right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So Zayn released his new album.
Yeah. It's funny because it's called Nobody Is Listening. So
but people are listening.
Yeah, it's. When I saw the album title, I was like, oh. Okay, guess I can't listen to this now. But then I did. So.
Or You're Stuck With Me. See, that one's kind of like You're Stuck With Me. But I'm Stuck On You is cuter. I don't know.
Yeah.
So music. How do we feel about it?
I like music.
I think music is great. Oh, that's cute. It's a handprint and a footprint, and it says "You Mean the World to Us," and it's on, like, blue paper, but the handprint and footprint are green, so it looks like... That's cute.
Anyway.
This is what I do with my free time. I just scroll Pinterest crafts. I really want to do, like, let them squirt, or, like, take watercolors and you paint snow.
Yeah.
But it's either too cold for us to go outside, or the snow melts. We have no in-between in Iowa.
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
There wasn't that much to talk about, but we could start with YouTube trending.
What's trending on YouTube? Sorry, I forgot that was my part. I say that like it's scripted. It's not scripted. We just have routine.
Yeah. So I didn't see any like specific videos that I could that I thought we could talk about there, but there were so many like pregnancy announcements and just like, ooh, we had our baby. Like that was all the trending page was. Like I was just scrolling and it was like, I found out I was pregnant, telling my husband I'm pregnant, telling my and I was like, okay, I guess this is what YouTube watchers are into, but like
that's a weird thing to be on trending. And then there's also Colleen Ballinger where Corey moved out and everyone was like, oh my god, they had tea. And if you watch the video at the beginning, she's like, we're gonna discuss it, you know, this is really hard to talk about obviously, but nothing happened, you idiots. She's like, stop making drama where there isn't any.
Yeah, I don't understand how things get on the trending page, but also I understand that, like, a lot of people watch YouTube. A lot of people watch a lot of different creators. Just because I don't know who they are doesn't mean that they're not relevant, but there were so many pregnancy videos. They're like, guess what? I'm pregnant. And I'm like, it's like the same video, just different people.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Katrina.
Yeah.
If Prince William is 100% royal and Kate is 0% royal, does that make their baby the half-blood prince? Yes?
I have no words.
You have lots of words.
Oh, boy.
Anyway. It's funny. I don't know. I'm tired. I would like to not be tired. Okay, so now I'm continuing to scroll on my like homepage of Pinterest, and I just got a fluffy cow. In between a Harry Potter and a handprint superheroes, which yeah, I'm saving that because that's fantastic. But just a fluffy cow. Fluffy cow. We went to the dog park today, which I think I already told you, but I didn't say while we were recording. And normally it's like me, the dog that I go with that I nanny, they're used to nanny Rosie, and like maybe one or two other dogs. Today there were like 15 dogs. It is not that big of a room because it's indoors, which means a lot of people use it in the winter, especially right after a blizzard. Wonder why. And oh my gosh, there were so many. It was literally like an Aussie Doodle party because 5 different people came and they all had an Aussie Doodle, and then Rosie is a Golden Doodle, and then a Cockapoo came in, so it was like all these doodles and poodles, and like I was like, who? What? And then there was Sky with her silky softness that I felt bad for her a little bit. She didn't fit in, but then a Golden Retriever came in and she felt better.
Oh, good.
The funny thing is, we were actually told Sky was an Aussie, like she had Aussie in her, and they are the biggest liars on the planet. Basically, everything they told us she has not been.
Oh. So
they told us she was Shiba Inu, Aussie, Blue Heeler, and one other one. She is most definitely Pitbull, Jack Russell Terrier, Beagle. That's as much as we figured out. And I really want to get the DNA test. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100%. That dog. That is the end of the song. It says, that dog.
Yeah, that's how the song goes.
You know, that kind of fits. But anyway, they're like $140. So, to get her health with it. Because if I'm going to get a DNA test for my dog, I'm going to pay the extra $50 to get her health, since we have no idea what she is. Or, like, what she's predisposed to.
Yeah.
But if we want if we want that to happen, why don't we all go to patreon.com/perspective_z and hit that $10 tier if we want Sky to get a DNA test. Let's be real. Tweet us. Let us know you want that to be what the money's earmarked for. I don't even remember what our $10 tier is, but the $3 tier is our Discord, which is fun and a blast and a half. That was a really, like, hyped up sentence that ended very suddenly. But it's like, yeah, it's so much fun, and then I'm done. I don't know why, but a fluffy animal is... Oh, okay, it's one of the wormies. It's like this fluffy sheep is in my recommended Amazon products, but it's the same company that it's the same thing as my penguin. That's the heating, like you stick it in the microwave and it's a heat pack for kids. Yeah. But I got it for me as an adult because it's so fluffy. My Franklin. See, my stuffed penguin has a name and my fish does not.
Priorities,
but they have so many different animals. There's a bunny and another bunny. One of them's pink. There are like 8 different cats. They have a cow. They have puppies, obviously. They have a lelephant, a giraffe. I'm pronouncing things as my kids do. A geggog? We got, what's that? What's a geggog? A hedgehog. It's a pippo!
Pippo!
Lion, roar! They can't say lion without immediately following it with roar! Monkey. Bear. Penguin, but it's a different penguin than I have. A piggy! And, I don't know what animal that is. Sheep. It's a sheep. But yeah, I have no life. So, yesterday, during the blizzard, which was Friday, as of recording. Well, see, I've got to figure out a better way to phrase that, because yesterday as of recording, which would be Friday. Okay, I got there. I use my thinky brain. You know, we were working on our sorting animals, so I got, like, a pile of land animals and sea animals, like toys, and we put them on the floor, and then I took a green fabric and a blue fabric, and we were sorting, where does this animal live? Does this animal like the water or the grass? And then after they took every animal, the animal would come up and kiss me, air quotes, and go, mwah, and then the kid would go, yucky! And I don't know if they're saying yucky because I got kissed by a pig, or yucky because the pig kissed me. And I really want to know.
I mean...
Why are we saying yucky? Should I be offended?
Maybe it's just kissing in general, because they're, like, children.
I don't know. I have one kid that anytime I leave the room for any reason, even if it's just to run to the bathroom real quick, he'll go, love you, mwah, and blow a kiss. He's 2 in a couple months. His birthday was October, so end of October. So November, December, yeah, he's barely 2.
Oh.
He's a cutie. We could do a whole episode where Rachel just talks about her kids, but without giving any specific details, because privacy. Privacy of children. Ooh. So I'm looking for, like, the safety scissors that don't actually have a blade, and it's just plastic, and it literally can only cut paper.
Yeah.
And these ones are animals.
Ooh.
There's a dolphin, a crocodile, and a toucan.
Huh.
But all of them, here's my problem. I'm trying to find ones that can be used for 2-year-olds. But all of these are 3 and over. Like, literally, that is my problem trying to buy anything for my classroom, is it's really easy to find stuff that is 3+.
Yeah.
But technically, because I'm bringing it into the classroom, it has to be 2+, even if a lot of things are overmarked so they don't get sued.
Yeah.
So, like, the 3+ stuff can be used with 2-year-olds. And even the picture they show, this kid is 1. You cannot tell me this is a 3-year-old. Like, maybe the girl he's sitting next to is 3. But he is 1. Anyway, that's just my life. And then they also have an 8-year-old, roughly, using them. What 8-year-old is still using bladeless scissors?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Oh, they have a bigger pack. This one has a turtle, and a whale, and a crocodile, and a toucan, and a dragonfly.
Ooh.
Like I said, we could just do this for hours, and I'd be happy. Do, 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 do. Why did I just start singing that? Add to cart. I finally found one I like. What should we talk about next?
There wasn't anything trending on Twitter that we specifically wanted to talk about.
Other than the impending doom of our country.
That's true.
Although I don't know that I necessarily want to claim it as my country. The land I live on that we stole in the first place.
So true.
Reparations. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not that political, and then I'm in the middle of a normal conversation and I scream reparations.
I mean...
It needs to happen. And honestly, like, I don't even think it should be political. We literally took the land and murdered people.
Yeah.
And people think saying sorry for that and giving some form of financial reparation is political? Ma'am, if someone murdered your mother and then stole her house, would you expect a little bit of financial compensation? Because I sure would. Like, you can't put a price on life. Yada, yada. Yada, 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 yada. You can't put a price on land, first of all. But, like, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on reparations, and as a white person, I don't feel like I need to share them all because they're not my own ideas.
Yeah.
Like, it's
a lot of listening to other people. And
for sure. Inspired by my... Sorry, continue.
And being a good person in general, that's all I was saying.
Yeah, common sense.
Like, oh, maybe these people are hurting because you took their land. Huh.
Or maybe they're hurting because you took them from a country and literally forced them to be your slaves for hundreds of years. Maybe they need reparations too? I don't know. Maybe that's so radical of me to say. But it needs to happen? Like, I don't understand the logic. And maybe it's because, we're later in history. It's not happening. Well, it's not as prevalent now. It's still happening. But, I just... Even with, like, the incident stuff, people are like, oh, we're gonna look back in however many years and realize how stupid we were. And I'm like, you're being stupid now!
Yeah.
I can recognize this now!
Like if other people are telling you, you don't have to wait until the future and be like, oh man, if only we had done something. Because if people are, like, saying that you should actually do something and then you're just ignoring it, then, like...
I just want to see DBQs from 20 years from now. That's all I'm waiting for. Because, oh my gosh. Explain the role of memes as a coping mechanism during the 2020-2021 incident. Or I guess they'll probably, since we don't know how long it'll go on from this point, they'll probably just say the blank blank blank.
Yeah.
Technically it's one word. The blank blank.
Yeah.
The no.
Oh no, you froze.
If you can figure it out from there, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying anyway. It's not that hard to figure out, but we don't say those words.
Oh no.
Are we shocked that there are technical difficulties? No. It's every stinking episode. All the time. All we have are technical difficulties. So if you want to help fix our technical difficulties and get Rachel better internet, go to patreon.com/perspective_Z and maybe Rachel can buy better internet. I think we're getting Fios in my area.
Oh.
So maybe we'll get that. Literally, like, when the internet guy came, he made it worse. Just so much worse.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't called back because we're like, if they made it worse the first time, what are they gonna do the next?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, internet sucks. I don't remember what we were talking about. Don't be a terrible human. I think that should cover it. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Inspired by my browsing history is a bunch of soundproofing equipment.
Oh, good.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm probably not gonna buy it, but cool. Cool. Katrina.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of life?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Literally, I was talking to my therapist, because we're at sessions roughly every week right now, just because I've got a lot of things going on, and like, I'm not gonna say I'm not okay, because like I am okay, but also I'm living through a giant incident and our world country being overthrown, so like I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Laugh through the pain. But I was like, we were having a conversation, I don't remember what we were talking about, and she was like, oh, speaking of that, when do you need to start making decisions, like, when do we need to start talking about college this fall? And I was like, oh, like 3 weeks ago. And she goes, okay, do you want to talk about it? And I was like, no, not this week. Like, let's just ignore it another week. She was like, okay, but I'm gonna make you talk about it next week. And I was like, actually, I need to cancel next week, and we'll have to go 2 weeks, because my test is next Tuesday. She was like, are you just avoiding it? And I was like, it's
Maybe.
possible. It's possible, but also I do have this test scheduled.
True.
Well, and technically my test is at 8 in the morning, and our therapy sessions are at 5 at night, but to have the test and have therapy, I would get to work at 10:30 and leave at 5, and first of all, I hate leaving early no matter what, even though I'm one of the first people there, so me leaving early is actually just me leaving closer to on time.
Yeah.
And not late. And, so for me to have both of those in the same day, I feel bad leaving early and coming late. That just feels like a cheap thing to do.
Yeah.
I have coworkers that do that, but I'm kidding. But yeah, like, I just personally feel bad when I come late, and then I'm like, oh, by the way, I have to go. I know I was only here 4 hours today, but I'm leaving. When there are people that have stuff going on, they have kids they gotta go pick up, they have, you know, overtime, whatever. Which, I don't understand why I have a coworker who complains so much about when she hits overtime. Ma'am, we get paid a lot of money to work overtime. Like, overtime is worth it in my opinion. Because for me, once I'm at work, I'm at work. Like, I don't care how long I'm there, whatever. Keep me as long as you need me.
Yeah.
Now, if I leave work and come back, I am not going to be a happy camper. But once I'm there. Who cares? Sky needs new puppy toys, so if you could go on Instagram, Amazon, and search through and find ones you think are cute, and send me links, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. Also, the puppies, we need to get, like, puppy-specific toys that Sky would tear to shreds if she got a hold of. My dog is... Oh my gosh. The only toys she can't kill are the Kong ones. And she hates them because they're boring. And I don't blame her. Oh, you know where actually a really good place to shop for puppy stuff is? TJ Maxx
Where?
and Marshalls.
Oh.
They have so much.
Wow.
Like, toys-wise, totally worth it. Sometimes they have treats. I wouldn't ever rely on them for, like, food. But they've got treats, they've got, like, treat bags, toys. It's actually where I buy Sky's poo bags. Because they have the really expensive, like, biodegradable ones. Huge packs of them for really cheap, which is nice. Maybe I'll go there today. What time do they close? Everything is closed tomorrow because there's an armed riot planned at the Capitol. So, like, everything in town is canceled and closed. And my friend works downtown, and she was like, so, we're closed and boarded up tomorrow. You want to go rock climbing? And I said, I assume you mean at the not downtown location, because there's a downtown location where we normally go, and then there's one, like, 45 minutes out in the suburbs. I was like, I assume you mean insert location here. I was like, I assume. And she was like, yeah, no, we're not going to the downtown location. It's like, good plan.
Yeah, that's a smart decision.
Yeah. You know, just slightly smart. Just slightly. Oh, I can search online for TJ Maxx stuff and order it. But I can't do, like, a pickup order. I wish you could do a pickup order for TJ Maxx, because I get in there, and I just spend all my money.
So much stuff.
I spend so much money at TJ Maxx. Oh, I could get the kitty a scratch house. I got her a Christmas one, but this one is a, like, tropical shack.
Oh, good.
Here, let's see if you can see it. It's the Kitty Cove. Is it loading?
No.
Well, that's silly. The funny thing is my cat doesn't have front claws, and she loves scratching things with her front claws. Like, she has 3 of these scratchers now and loves them. It's like, ma'am, there's nothing... And it's not just because there's catnip on them, because we put catnip everywhere for her in attempts to make her not hate us for having a dog. It's funny, they'll completely ignore each other until someone walks into the room, and then they're like, oh shoot, we need to be fighting. And that's life in my house.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, Katrina, should we answer some listener questions?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, what's our first listener question?
Our first listener, if I could speak. Our first listener question is from @Kane_I, and they ask, favorite item you own and why?
Does my dog count? Because I do own her. Well...
I wouldn't classify your dog as an item.
I mean, no, but I own her. She mine.
I can't think of, like, one specific thing that I, like more than everything else, but I'd say, in general, anything that reminds me of someone. So, like, whenever, let me look around my room real fast.
And I'm like, I saw this a few days ago when it was asked, and I was like, now I gotta think about it, and then I didn't.
Yeah, but, like, the frog ring that I got, I like because it reminds me of those friends, and then, like, I have Leo up there still, and that reminds me of Rachel.
I forgot about Leo!
I have him, like, right here. Oh, no!
What did you just do?
I dropped my lighter. Because I have it because I have a candle in my...
I was like, why? You think I'm bad for playing with fire? Have you seen the TikTok where it's like, an ADHD person, what ADHD people need to hear? And one of them is like, the girl she's just sitting there playing with a lighter, and the guy's like, well, it's a duet, but she's just sitting there playing with a lighter. The guy goes, you good? Yeah, see, she's just dissociating, she's fine. And I was like, it's Katrina with me all the time, just playing with my lighter. That's all I do.
Yeah, in general, before I made the loudest noise on the face of the earth,
Do you want to check your volume, or your levels real quick, just because that might have screwed it up?
Yeah.
Technical difficulties! Oh, that's cute. It's a fat sloth toy. It's an interesting description, but you know.
Oh, I can see it now. I don't know why it wasn't popping up on my Skype, but it pops up in the, like, little overlay thing.
So we need to get the cat new bowls for her wet food that she gets a couple times a week now. Fun fact, if your cat won't stop vomiting, I mean, talk to your vet. I'm not a vet. I don't know anything. This is just what our vet told us. They may be dehydrated. So if you work wet food into their diet, if they were not previously getting wet food, it can help. But anyway, I'm looking at cute bowls for her as well.
Nice.
My dog has never had a treats container like this, and I've always wanted one. And they have it at TJ Maxx. What were we talking about? Favorite things?
Favorite items, and my answer was anything that reminds me of someone.
I literally said favorite things, and I was like, oh, we should add that as a segment. And then I was like, that's something we've literally had. That's
literally...
For 2 years. Excuse my burp that I just had there. That was disgusting, but... I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that dog. That's gonna be stuck in my head. Yeah, I'm definitely going to TJ Maxx after this, just a heads up. I don't know, like, I love my dog.
I know you do, Rachel.
I just want to go play with my dog. I really like my penguin, because when I'm sad and, like, my tummy hurts or my knee hurts because I almost hyperextended it the other night when it was icy and blizzarding and I decided to run out in flip-flops to move my car, you know, it snuggled me and made me feel better, and it was warm and cozy.
Oh, good.
Wait, have we talked about the fact that I had an allergic reaction? Or did that happen after we recorded?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
We talked about that last week.
It hasn't come back, but I'm definitely allergic to something in my room because I have been sneezing 24/7. Only in my room. I leave my room and it stops. So I don't know what is happening. But I'm also really glad to know it's not like Sky or Chewy. like we initially thought it was, because, like, Chewy, meh, whatever. I would die before I gave up Sky.
Yeah.
Like, I am not giving up my dog. Which may not be the best thing to say when you're literally having an allergic reaction to something.
Priority.
But I still want to go get my allergy test redone. My doctor still says it's not necessary, but it is kind of, though, because they recommend doing it every 2 to 3 years, and mine was last done 3, almost 4 years ago.
Yeah. Anyway.
Our next question, and I know I didn't answer it because I don't have an answer because I don't know, is from @Melmic222.
Hi, Mom.
What's up? And she says, what does courage look like to you? Who is the most courageous person you know? And you thought my question about what the meaning of life was too deep for this podcast.
I didn't say it was too deep, I just didn't have an answer.
Doing the right thing even when it's hard? That's the middle school answer.
Yeah. I would say that, and, like, doing things even though they're scary, and, like, doing things, that's basically the same thing you said, but, like, even if you're afraid of being judged or something.
Courage and bravery go hand in hand to me. So when I think of courage, I think of prom dresses. Oh. When I think of courage, I will give you a definition for bravery. Is that a microfiber? Oh, it does come with a microfiber towel. I'm gonna want a microfiber towel because the puppies. Oh, oops! I wasn't gonna talk about it. Never mind. I don't need to. We don't need to. Tune in next week to learn why Rachel just said puppies and got really quiet.
But yeah, I would say the three things that I tie together that are linked to courage, well, it's courage, bravery, and perseverance. So, like, sticking with something, even if it's hard, it's kind of, like, all similar definitions, so. Most courageous person I know?
Me.
Is that your answer? Or is that my answer?
Your answer.
I was gonna say that a lot of people. I was gonna say
me. Just
you
me.
You have been very courageous this year,
me.
Though.
Just me. Only me. I win.
No. There are a lot of courageous people, especially that we've seen in the past year, trying to, like, live.
Oh, yeah. I guess you got a point.
So I was just gonna say people in general this year that are being safe and wearing their masks and.
Please wear your mask. Goodness.
Not being stupid.
Just, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of going places and seeing people without them, and they're like, well, it's my right. And I'm like, we're a year into this at this point. Like, you haven't figured it out.
Oh, have I talked about this? But,
Maybe.
In my homeroom class, we have to watch, like, the announcements, and on the announcements for the past, like, few weeks, they've been putting these videos that are like, this is how you use a webcam, and this is how you use a microphone, and this is how you unmute your microphone, and this is how you make sure your background is well lit. And I'm like, we've been doing online learning for almost a year now, and
you've
just now decided to do, like, oh, this is how you turn on your webcam. Like, if it was back in March, then I would understand it a little bit better, but they just started doing them, like, this semester. They're like, we know these times are difficult, and I'm like, they are difficult, but we've also been doing this for almost a year, so.
I literally, at this point, like, if I hear the phrase unprecedented times one more time, that word has lost all meaning. I'm so tired of living through major historical events and unprecedented times.
I'm just tired.
Oh man, I feel that. I didn't get my nap this morning because we went to the dog park at 11, and normally my routine on Saturdays is I wake up at 8, I eat, and I go back to bed until noon. But I didn't do that today because we had to go to the dog park. And I'm feeling it. I'm gonna crash at 7 tonight. Especially if I go to TJ Maxx. This poor fish.
Who's the most courageous person you know, Rachel?
Myself.
So it was your answer.
No, I don't know. I don't like answering serious questions. I like brushing them off and deflecting and sometimes dissociating a little when depending on what the topic is. And then a fun story, I deflect a lot and my therapist always brings me back in by bringing up Sky.
I think you brought that up last week too.
Did I? Okay, well she's still doing it. I clearly have an obsession. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to tell the people in my life that they're, like, I don't think I could say the most courageous person. Because A, that would totally go to their head, and B, I don't think it's true. I don't think any one person in my life is the most courageous.
Yeah.
So I'm declining to answer, as my volume went way up.
You declined to answer both of the questions.
Oopsie! Ask me less. Bam! Questions next time, and I'll answer them. Asking me to pick a number one out of everything, so, like, favorite item, most courageous person, favorite whatever, I can't do it. Like, I actually kind of genuinely shut down when I get those kind of questions, because there are so many different ways I could take that, and it just, no.
Yeah.
So anyway, Katrina. I don't know why I did that so high-pitched.
Yes, Rachel.
Can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes, it can.
I was about to just calmly ask you if we could take a BuzzFeed quiz. Who am I? What's our BuzzFeed quiz this week?
Our BuzzFeed quiz this week is, it's time to find out what your Sims life aspiration would be.
Alright, what's our first question?
Our first demand, I guess, is pick a place to live.
I think it's just the different areas, but why would you not label them if you want us to pick a different world?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this first one is San Myshuno, which is a big, like, city. Willow Creek? Or are we supposed to be describing the buildings?
I don't think so, because pick a place to live, like, I think that means pick your world. Or pick your pack, or whatever.
Okay, so I would say San Myshuno, but this is Willow Creek. New Crest, Willow Creek. What's the new one?
I'm pulling them up right now. There are so many. Oh, I should have typed in Sims 4, darn it. Now I have to sort through things. Sunset Valley? No, you already did Sunset Valley. Then, the snow one?
Yeah, the new pack.
To be fair, they did just come out with another one. Okay, yeah. Snowdrift Pines? No, that's just a place on it. This is being stupid. Sims 4. I don't know. Sims World List. That would have been a better way to search it. Okay. No, I want the names. Give me the names.
I got it.
Well,
so we have San Myshuno, I'm guessing New Crest, Willow Creek, Mount Komorebi.
That would be it, yeah.
And then Sulani or Evergreen Harbor.
The mountain.
I'll do San Myshuno, I guess.
I do love me some San Myshuno, but I'm going with the mountain just because they have snowboarding. Alright, next question. Choose a career. Doctor, writer, politician, teacher, engineer, or veterinarian. Are we kidding? Do we know what Rachel's gonna pick?
Yes.
Doctor.
I'm picking writer.
Alright, what's our next question?
Our next question is, which trait best describes you? Ambitious, outgoing, family-oriented, dog lover, creative, or snob?
I wonder, after Rachel's 45-minute rant about dogs.
I'm going with creative.
Alright, next is pick a hobby. Cooking, soccer, painting, robotics, skiing, or gardening. I mean, like skiing, but snowboarding. We all know what I mean.
None of these? I'll do cooking, I guess. Next question is, what's your biggest fear? Ghosts, losing your family, bugs, rejection, fire, or being fired?
Again, something I don't want to answer. Because that's like a... You are asking me to pick one over everything else? I mean, it depends where I am. I guess rejection.
I'll do...
Oh, man. They're being mean with this next question.
I'll do losing my family. Oh, boy.
Next is pick an expansion pack. Get to work, cats and dogs, island living, Discover University, snowy escape, or seasons. I mean, like, cats and dogs. If I'm deciding between snowboarding and cats and dogs, like, cats and dogs.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide between Discover University and seasons.
But also the biggest fear, isn't that a Sims 3 thing? That's not Sims 4. I've never seen that on Sims 4. And then they have the same thing with the next question where it's not Sims 4. But all the rest of the questions are Sims 4. I'm so confused.
I will pick... I'll pick Discover University, I guess.
Okay. Finally, what pet peeve is most likely to make you feel this way about someone? And it's the bad. Bad, not just bad. Being rude to Being rude to waiters. Loud chewing. Leaving you on red. Cutting you off in traffic. Showing up late. Or talking over you. Talking over me. Don't do it.
I'll do being rude to waiters.
Because, like, my thing is you can talk over me if we're just both excitedly talking about something, but if I'm trying to have a serious conversation or I genuinely need to ask something, and you continue to talk over me, I get angry. I get very, very angry.
I feel like I've kind of just gotten used to people talking over me at this point, so it doesn't necessarily...
See, I got used to it, and then I got really, really mad about it. What'd you get?
I got friend of the world.
I got friend of the animals. Are
Nice.
we shocked?
My description says, you want to make all the friends. You're very charismatic and can make a friend out of almost anybody. You can be a bit of a people pleaser, but that's just because you want to get along with everyone. That last sentence is true. But, like,
But you making lots of friends is not necessarily true.
Yeah. I do like when people like me, I guess.
I know. My little Hufflepuff.
What's your description say?
Mine says, You're the definition of an animal lover. You want nothing more than to be surrounded by fluffy friends and to raise a cute little family of good boys and girls. You're happiest surrounded by nature. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Ooh, there's a do you play Sims like everyone else? And it's just an opinion, but, I want to do it anyway. And now I'm gonna click through it. But, we don't need to talk about that on the episode because it's boring. Oh, my shoulder really hurts. I don't know why, but I just went to move it and it's not the shoulder I popped. It's a different one. And it just, like, was a shooting pain through my neck. So that's fun.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to talk about this week?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case...
See, why do you stole the top parts. Now I can't... Now you're stealing my... Well, in that case, this has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
That's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.